My name is Maxine Bédat. I'm the co-founder of a startup that launched August 27th called Zadie. We're a shopping and lifestyle destination for the conscious consumer. So for every product that we sell on Zadie.com, you can get an in-depth story from the designer about both their inspiration but about the manufacturing process. For every product that we sell, we have kind of a visual nomenclature that kind of delineates what we find special about the product, whether it's something that's handmade, locally sourced, that is made here in the US. We're really trying to get people to understand the qualities that make up their products and get to know the people behind them. So it's definitely all about storytelling. 5% of proceeds from Zadie go back to our nonprofit sister organization, the Bootstrap Project, which was really the heart of the creation of Zadie. And the Bootstrap Project works with artisans in the developing world to help them revive their craft traditions. And it was really our association, our being my co-founder and I, Soraya, our relationship with the Bootstrap Project and getting to know the artisans and really getting to know the artwork behind what they were doing and the appreciation of that. That kind of was the jump start for creating Zadie, which is just sort of a global platform for craftsmanship and really authentic brands around the world. Initially in launching the nonprofit, the Bootstrap Project, there was a lot of back and forth about what sort of model it would fit under. Would it be a nonprofit model or a for-profit model? And it really, I was in law school at the time and like studying the different ways of going about doing business. And to me, it kind of ultimately, it was hard I was so focused with the Bootstrap Project on working with the artisans, on making sure that they had everything they needed. It was important that it fell under a 501c3 structure, that the focus could really be about the artisans, and then kind of the after effect is the beautiful product at the end of the day. But when partnering with Soraya, and we, initially it was over the Bootstrap Project, she kept saying, is this a for-profit or nonprofit? Is it a for-profit or a nonprofit? And kind of ultimately what we decided with Zadie was it's really about quality product wherever you find it around the world. And so on the Bootstrap Project side of things, it's for artisans just starting out. But there's really beautiful product you can find that's made in the US, that's made in Peru, that's made in Germany, that doesn't require the sort of scaling that the artisans from the Bootstrap Project needed. And so for us, the storytelling is, it's not, kind of like Anjali, it's not about the do-gooder aspect. It's really about, what is your product that you're buying? I mean, brands, of the past have focused just on their logo, and that's really what's carried them. And now we're kind of seeing a new generation of consumers that want to go deeper. They want to know, you've been stuffing this logo in front of my face, but what is it that I'm buying? And that's what really we're focusing on. So it's not about do-gooder per se, it's about buying something that's a piece of quality, that they can know the history and heritage, and they can feel like they're buying into something, that they have an identity with each and every product that they're wearing. And so that's really what we focus on with Zadie. You were speaking about the the messaging that we do, and the kind of the most exciting part of building Zadie so far has been really building the brand along with the community. In the couple of months that we've been live, we have a community of over 100,000 people across social media. And the exciting part is we have a feature section where we have journalists write articles that are not pushing product at all. It's really just about the Zadie lifestyle. And we had one article breaking down your closet in terms of cost per wear. And it's something that we all did as a team, and something that felt really natural to us. And it was just so cool to see how this article got picked up and the conversation it started on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+. Really people interested and excited about this idea. And so that to us, sales have been excellent and far beyond our expectations, but those articles and the response from the community, that it's not just something like we want it to be real and we hope that people follow, but that people right now are engaged and interested, and they're at this stage where it's been fast fashion for 2 decades and they're kind of over it. They see that it's, it feels cheap in the beginning, but it's actually quite costly to have a fast fashion lifestyle where things fall apart after a couple of washes and you keep having to go buy things. So that's been something that's really exciting for us, to just see the response from the community, really around the world, of people interested and engaged with this subject and really wanting to see change. I can take a stab at this one. We see the communication with our customers as central to what we're doing. It is not a role that is given to an intern. It is not a role given to one person. We all, every single one of us on the team of 7, participate in responding to, it's not our customers, it's our community. And that the difference between seeing the people that we interact with as our community versus our customers is huge. And so it's time consuming, obviously. It is time consuming to respond to emails, to Twitter, to Facebook, but it is so important to what we're doing, especially at this stage in our company. So we think it's time investment well spent. And we're seeing the earliest payoff in those people really becoming the ambassadors of the brand and getting that personal connection. For example, we write handwritten thank you notes in all of our packaging, and it was something that we really wanted to do, but didn't realize it actually have a marketing benefit in that taking Instagram pictures of the packaging has become a thing for our brand, and that's great. That's free marketing for us. And so I think people out there really want to engage and want to have that experience, and we want it to be an authentic one. And building an authentic brand is so important that it's just worth the time. We see a lot of parallels to what is happening in the food industry, in the food market, to what we're doing with Zadie. And if you look at the trajectory of organic food, it was seen as very niche. It was only in natural foods markets, which growing up in Minneapolis, I don't recall ever seeing. And then, Whole Foods really popularized what it meant to carry organic food and really elevated it not to just a niche, but to a real sort of luxury experience. And now, kind of the biggest mass you can think of, Walmart carries organic food. And so it was really what started out as something very niche has gone really mass, and that's the trajectory that we see with the apparel industry, is starting off something quite niche, but people then really expecting that in the clothing that they buy, demanding it, and it would be really great, for any one of our brands to be seen on that sort of mass scale. So that's the kind of path that we would like to take. We have a pop-up shop in LaGuardia that just opened earlier this month. That's our first sort of foray into brick and mortar, and we'd really love to continue down that brick and mortar path. We see ourselves as really an omni-channel company, getting really the great detailed storytelling that you can do online, but then that really nice touch and feel experience that you can do offline. So we've got grand plans. There's one example of you mentioned heritage brand, and I'm wearing Pendleton from head to toe, and that's over 100-year-old heritage brand here in the West Coast. And they had a bold move, which was they wanted to bring some of their production back from overseas to domestic production in Oregon. And so they started that with their Portland collection, which is what I'm wearing. And it was a risky move for them, a really old company. And they started with this younger collection, and it's been killer. Like, everything has totally sold out. People are so excited about that brand. And it was because they did something bold, they did something different, they reworked their classic designs and had it work for a younger generation, and it's like people are really, really responding to it. So it was a good payoff for them for taking a risk and bringing something back home.